Hey everyone, I'm Brandon aka Judo, and you're watching Journey with Judo. Alright, so welcome back to part 2 out of 3 on my quick series on how to make more time for the people, passions, and things that you would like to have in your ideal life. If you watched last week's video, we've already gone over about how to set goals and prioritize them and why they're really important. If you haven't, check it out in the link up here below or down here. This week, I'm going to be sharing some tips on how you can be your own professional secretary to make sure that you plan ahead week by week and don't miss a single step towards any of your goals. By the way, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell for notifications when I release a new video every Sunday. Alright, let's get started. So why is planning important? When it comes to planning, perhaps no one said it better than our guy Benjamin Franklin when he said,
"Failing to plan is planning to fail."
We all got a crazy amount of things that we're always trying to accomplish every day in our lives. But planning ahead can not only help us reduce stress, but help us become more productive, and that's perfect when we're trying to make more time. To throw it back to our Model X analogy with no pictures shown to avoid copyright, think of planning ahead as principle number 2, running on autopilot. Picture this. Have you ever been in a situation where you only have a really rough sense of where exactly you're going? Maybe you got lost and you asked someone for directions, so they told you some things to maybe look out for, but you don't know exactly what you're doing and it's not very clear. This is what it feels like to not have a plan. It's uncertain, it's time consuming, and most of all, it's really stressful because if you screw up, there's a chance you're gonna get in deeper shit. Now, imagine the same situation, but this time you have your phone, Google Maps, Waze, whatever navigation that you use to help you out. All you have to do is press start, boop, and you'll know exactly what you need to do because all the thinking is done for you. If you mess up, it's also easy to fix because you can correct yourself. This is the power of autopilot, the ability to know exactly what you need to be doing, where you need to be at all points in time without any worry of missing a step. Alright, so now that we get what autopilot is, let me show you how to get in that mode every week in 2 easy steps. I'm going to quickly change the screen, and let's get started. So 2 really easy tasks to get everything done and get into that autopilot mode. The first one is what you see on the screen, which is creating your master plan for the week. This is involved in 2 steps, and you can use this by either pen and paper, but for me, I like to use notes because it syncs to both my phone and my computer. So find something equivalent, but you really don't need anything fancy. Part 1 of this is to categorize different buckets that are kind of related to your goals and priorities right now. So for me, that's going to be work, relationships, and by relationships, I mean social outing, friends and family, dance, YouTube, health and fitness, and also different miscellaneous things. This miscellaneous column is just to add random things that happen week to week. For example, I have a dentist appointment next week. So the second step to this is to populate all your categories with your tasks. So really take the time to think through everything that you're going to need to get done and write that underneath each column. From there, that's the end of part 1, and we'll move on to part 2 in 3, 2. Okay, so part 2 now, you can see that I translated my list of tasks into a calendar view, and this is definitely nothing groundbreaking. It's just Apple calendars, which I like to use because it'll sync to both your phone and your computer and send you notifications as needed. Having a calendar view is really useful for a couple of reasons. The first one is that it helps keep you accountable. When you know you need to get something done and by when, that's a deadline, and it helps you stick to it. The second part is that it helps eliminate your need to think. All you have to do day to day is follow the tracker and you'll be good because you'll just have to follow the task in front of you, and when you're done, move on to the next one. It's kind of like moving on autopilot. See where I'm going with it? The last thing is it helps you answer the question of how can I make time for something? When you can visually see in a skeleton where you have spaces of time to add new things or move things around, this helps you plan ahead and make time for things that you want to do. The last thing I want to point out is that, again, this is just a skeleton. So don't be afraid to be flexible with it. We're all human. There's going to be times where we need mental breaks, where we need to rearrange things because different things come up in life. Don't be too worried about the details. Just all you need to do is make sure that you see everything that you need to get done for the week in one view, and don't be afraid to rearrange it. So, quick summary, today's video was all about principle number 2, operating on autopilot. Doing so will help you spend less time thinking about what you should do and more time actually doing what you should do. All you gotta do is spend 30 or so minutes just to plan ahead each week to first write out all your tasks and second translate that into a calendar view. You'll be amazed by how much time you're going to save because your time is just going to be trickling back into your life. Anyways, that's all for today's video. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who you think this can help. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram @JourneyWithJudo, and I'll check you out next time. Talk to you later.